Okay, so I just wanted to talk about the reason Super Spline exists. I had a conversation not long ago where I showed someone Super Spline, and they were sort of like, you know, I'm not really sure why I'd need it. So I just want to show you the reason I created it, and hopefully you'll understand that it's going to be a real time saver and a bit of a no-brainer, really. So currently, we've got this tool called Curve to Spline. So this has been in live for a long time, and it basically takes your curve based on the version. It will create bones to create a spline. So I've got a native spiral here. Let's just switch those over, and then we've got a native figure 8. So these are the same meshes. I've just named them so that we can do the setup on them. So I'm just going to run curve to spline on this spiral, and you can see there it's done what it was supposed to. It's created a spline control, and it's in the shape of a spiral, but we do have all this twisting, which isn't very nice. So you can see here the reason for this is each of these nodes is a bone, and all of these bones are without any rotation. So that's why we get the twisting. If we try and rotate this node here, you'll see that the twisting will move up. So if I just do that one, and then the same there, you can see we move this twist along. We try and eliminate it. It's laborious and annoying and not very precise. Okay, so it's a bit of a pain. So let's have a look on this figure 8. We'll run the same tool, curve to spline, and you can see here, it has built our figure 8, but we do have some errors. We've got, duplicate spline nodes here. We've got the twisting, and it's a bit of a mess. And even just with that simple shape, it's a pain to fix up. Okay, so I just wanted an easier way of doing that. So I use spline control a lot in animation. I use instances with animation instances moving along a path. Maybe it's conveyor belts, maybe it's particles. It's spline control is super powerful, but there's a kind of a bottleneck of setup, which is quite laborious to do it by hand and not exactly intuitive to use the curve to spline. So I just want to show you quickly the difference here. I'm just going to select this spiral, Super Spline. I want it an open curve because it doesn't loop, and there we go. We've got something that actually makes sense there. All of the nodes are editable. Of course, they're actual objects this time, not bones. And you can see in the rotation, they all have rotations, and actually in motion options you can see here we've got this set up to target. This is node 11. You can see it's set up to target node 12, and the heading and pitch are set to point to target. So each of those is set up correctly. It just makes for a nice consistent spline. So let's try this on here. Let's just run the tool again, Super Spline. This time I want it closed because it's a looping track, and there we can see we've got no twisting, we've got no extra nodes that is built for us, and we're pretty much ready to go. And with the Super Spline we have a spline editor where we can do a whole heap of different things with this just to make spline control even easier to get a handle of. So join me in the next video and we'll look through this spline control panel and some of the things it can do.